Hello everyone, a very good morning to all of you. Today I'm here to share you a very important message on how to get rid of fear of public speaking. So let's see how to get rid of fear of public speaking. I'm Priyankini, I'm a public speaking coach. I have 8 years of experience in this field of public speaking and confidence coaching. I'm also an author of this book called Speak Out, which is available on Amazon. Today we are going to talk about the most important concern in the field of public speaking, that is how to get rid of the fear of public speaking. When all the eyes of the audience are gazing at you, it's very normal to get nervous, right? It's very normal to get conscious and nervous and panic. So generally most of the speakers, they tend to panic when all the eyes are gazing at them, right? And that's very normal to feel like that. Okay, so I have spoken a lot on how to get rid of fear of public speaking. I have a lot of videos wherein I have given you different tools and techniques how to get rid of this fear of public speaking. But today I would like to share 5 more tips, and these tips are from the Dale Carnegie book of The Art of Public Speaking. So recently I was just reading this book of Dale Carnegie, that The Art of Public Speaking. So I got to learn a lot of new techniques, how to face the fear. These are not new techniques, I would say, but just an awareness about the fear, right? So let's first talk a little bit about the fear. What is that fear? I'm not talking about a general fear or phobia of you being afraid of some cockroaches, or you being afraid of water, hydrophobia, but we are talking of the phobia of public speaking. Let's talk about that first. So what is that fear when you go on to the stage? Like, what happens? So that fear is nothing but self-consciousness. Now, what is self-consciousness? You become aware, you become conscious of like, how am I looking in front of the people? What if people will judge me? What will people think if I say this, if I say this way, right? So this is nothing. So this is called self-consciousness. So let's get started with the 5 tips how to get rid of fear from the Dale Carnegie book of Art of Public Speaking. Number 1 tip is face the audience as frequently as possible. That will help you to stop shying gradually. Okay. Now what happens is, whenever there is a fear, it's just in your mind. Now when you hide behind the fear, you make that fear bigger and bigger and bigger every single day in your mind. Same thing happens with this fear of public speaking. Now you're fearful of going ahead and talking to the audience. So try to face the audience, okay? Try to face the audience as frequently as possible. It can be 5 people audience, it can be a 10 people audience, it can be 100 people audience, it can be a conference, it can be an office conference, it can be a small family gathering. So whenever you get an opportunity to talk, to speak, to address the audience, go ahead and do it. Even if it is a 5 minutes chance, go ahead and do it. So face the audience more and more, because remember one thing, that when you plunge into it, when you plunge into the swimming pool, then only you will learn swimming. Okay, so you cannot deliver your speech, or you cannot present your speech only by reading from a book. Okay, similarly you cannot do swimming by just reading from a book. Like, the book may give you a lot of suggestions, a lot of good step-by-step process and techniques how to swim, but unless you plunge into the water, you will not learn swimming, right? Similarly, in public speaking, unless you plunge onto the stage and face the audience over and over again, you will not learn public speaking. Okay, so that's the point number 1, and that is face the fear, face the audience. Okay, number 2, and most important, practice, practice, practice. Yes, everybody knows and everybody keeps saying, I think all the brilliant speakers, they always say that practice is the key to be confident on stage. Yes, as discussed in the first point, that it's very important to take a plunge. Now when you take a plunge, when you go to the stage, now what next? You need to have something in your mind to say, right? Please don't go onto the stage with an empty mind. Recently I met my client, who is a magistrate. She became a magistrate just 1 year back, and she says that, ma'am, I have to go ahead and do a lot of public appearances in a week, at least 2 public appearances I have to go. I have to speak in front of the public, but every time I go to the stage, I don't know, after doing a lot number of times, then also I feel nervous. I just start I just start shivering whenever somebody tells me that, ma'am, tomorrow you have to go to the stage, you have to address these people, right? So what do I do? Now I asked her, like, do you even prepare? Like you told that there are two, presentations in a week. I mean, that's like too fast, right? So do you even prepare? She told that I never prepare. I asked her, why do you do that? I mean, she's overconfident that, anyhow, I'll, manage the audience. I mean, that's absolutely fine to be confident, but don't be overconfident. Always prepare. Even if it is a 5 minutes presentation, you have to prepare, because if you don't have a prior knowledge, about that particular topic, so you always feel a guilt in your mind that, in your heart that. So you have a guilt in your heart that you are stealing time from your audience. You need to have some value to give to the audience, right? You need to have some prior knowledge of that particular topic. So practice, prepare. Yes, tip number 3 is always remember, fear is very small and it happens with everyone. The speaker who has 15, 20 years of experience, who is regularly going to a stage, who is regularly training people, who is regularly addressing 200 to 300 people audience, even that speaker feels nervous. Yes, a master speaker also feels nervous, so it's okay to face that fear. Okay, although the span of nervousness is less, maybe that speaker in the first year of his journey, his span of nervousness was maybe 5 minutes. After going to the stage, he used to feel jittery and feel nervous for 5 minutes. But now what is happening is, after doing it over and over again for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, now he is feeling nervous for maybe 5 seconds, 6 seconds or 10 seconds, because every time he is addressing different audience, and every time he is getting nervous. So master speakers also get nervous, so it's okay to be nervous and go and confidently give your presentation. It's okay to feel nervous, right? It's okay to feel nervous is tip number 3. Tip number 4 is concentration. Yes, focus. Concentration helps you to stay distracted from things which are less important. Okay, now for example, if you are going to save a baby's life, okay, suppose there's a car who is coming and you just want to save that baby, from the road. So you just go ahead and pull the baby, and you focus completely on how to get that baby out of that danger, right? You do not focus on things like how do I look, or what will people say around me, or you don't wait for people to come there and then help that baby, right? So you completely stay focused on that. Similarly, the thing is with speaking. Now when you're very much focused on giving something to the audience, giving value to your audience, making your idea alive to the audience, you never focus on such petty small things like, like self-doubt. Will I be able to do it? How am I looking? How are my shoes looking? How am I looking? How is my pink gown looking? Or how is my specs looking, right? Those petty small things, those distractions automatically get cited when you completely focus on helping the audience and giving value to the audience. This is tip number 4. Focus. Okay, good concentration is very much important. Number 5 and the last tip for today is, when you are preparing for success, accept it. Okay, you know that you are putting in all your energies, you are putting in all your efforts in preparing for that particular speech, that particular presentation, because you are concerned about your audience, you are giving value to your audience. So have faith in yourself that you will deliver the best. When you are preparing for success, you have to accept it, you have to expect that success, expect that you will be successful in that, right? So expecting success is very important, because you deserve the best. Believe me, if you believe and if you visualize that I will fail, I will mess up something on the stage, the same thing will happen. But at the same time, if you believe and if you have control on your little voice that I am going to rock it, I am going to do it, that is surely going to happen. You might have seen big cricketers and dancers and singers before the performance stage, they visualize their success. Okay, same thing you have to do. Just expect success from yourself. When you have put in so much of efforts, when you have put in so much of hard work, expect your success on the stage. So that's all about the 5 tips on how to get rid of fear of public speaking from the book of Art of Public Speaking by Dale Carnegie. And see you in another video like this. Keep following, and thank you so much for watching my video.